Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to Comic Book Fanatics, and I have got my PGX submissions in actually yesterday, so I wanted to share this with you guys. Now, there was really nothing of major significance that I had submitted in because it was my first time ever submitting to PGX, so I kind of wanted to do a little bit of a test run and see actually where that went. Now, a lot of these are more modern books. I don't have any key issues in here, any major key issues, any Silver Ages or anything within that nature. But nevertheless, I still wanted to get a lot of these covers that you're about to see. Paying a pretty good price on these. I still wanted to get them slabbed, and I still wanted to get them preserved as much as I can. And for me, I think it was just a little bit more cost efficient that I did it this way. And it definitely cut down the time frame because I can't imagine having to wait 2 or 3 months to try to get these books back. I mean, it's not as if they don't mean nothing to me or if they mean a lot to me. I mean, nevertheless, if you pay a good chunk of change, you're going to still want to be able to have some good quality service and get your books in a timely manner. And to be able to have these slabs and in my collection, I will tell you guys, for the most part, I'm fairly happy with it. I mean, a couple books that you see right here in front of you, you see the variant issue of Gotham City Sirens. They gave me a 9.2 for that. And then Batman Detective Comics number 880. This is the Jock variant cover to this. And this is the one on the right is a very sought after cover, being that I think just for the cover alone, because it's just one of those Joker covers that to me it just looks magnificent. It just carries the impression of the Joker really well, and with all the bats just flying from his head, it's just an overall amazing cover. And so I wanted to get that sort of preserved. And to be honest with you, I don't know exactly what I paid for that book. I know it was well over $20 or so. But, of course, as you know, if you're going to pay anything over 20, 30, 40, 50 or up, you want to put that type of money in. It's an investment. So why not keep your investments secure as best as you can, even though if you don't plan on flipping them. And these books right here, I don't have any plans whatsoever to be flipping any of these, so I'm okay with PGX. Now, PGX, for the most part, I could say I was very pleased with their the turnaround time with that. I think for the most part, it took a little bit over, maybe a month, a little bit over a month, maybe give or take a week or so. But if you look at the slab in here, I'll take without trying to drop anything. If you look at the slabbing, it's very, very similar to the rest of the books, CBCS, CGC, or what have you. The only difference I saw is the heading right there. Of course, you have your PGX name brand right there, and how they did the labeling on here. And then on the back, they have the PGX certified. I think this would have been nicer if they actually had this hologram on the front, maybe somewhere around here or whatever. I don't know. But, for the most part, it tells you who the cover artist is, storyline, and it goes and tells you what the book is, and if it's white pages, off white, and what have you. So, I mean, for the most part, it's fairly generic. I mean, it's nothing spectacular about the heading. So, but that's okay. Like I said, for these modern books that aren't really big key issues, and I don't plan on flipping in any time. I think it's good for my collection. All right, so let's move on, and I'm gonna start out with the lowest numbers and work my way up for you guys of what I got. I submitted 11 of these, and all 11 came back. I also submitted. This one is Harley's Little Black Book. Do you guys remember this one? This is the one when they were doing the grab bag black covers ones, and you kind of just took your chance on if you got the sketch cover or if you got the ink cover or if you got the color. Well, this is a J. Scott Campbell cover, and I absolutely love the way J. Scott Campbell did Harley on there. I mean, all the characters overall, but nevertheless, Man, I tell you what, this is just such an absolutely gorgeous rendition. And then again, you can't go wrong with J. Scott Campbell, and Nia Rufino did his coloring, and those two working together as a team, guys. I think I have a crap ton. I can't even begin to tell you how many of those that I have, but it's just a crap ton of those two when they do their cover art together. So very happy with that. And another one you probably recognize is, it's also another Harley's Little Black Book. This is the Alex Ross cover, and I went ahead and got this preserved. And I apologize about the glare, guys. It's just one of those things. I'm right beside a window, and I've got sheer curtains on there, just kind of helped block out the UV rays. But nevertheless, you're still going to have a little bit come in. I try to do some darker curtains before, but they just kind of drowned everything out, and the quality of the videos just was lacking when I did that. So I decided just to have a little light, use some sheer curtains. All right, so let's see. We got the Alex Ross cover, as I mentioned, on Batman number 47, Harley's Little Black Book. And I got a 9.4 for that. Of course, white pages and all. So very happy. I'm a little surprised with some of these 9.4s that you're going to see, and these 9.6. Well, I would say the 9.4s, not so much the 9.6s. But with the 9.4s, those are just brand new books, right? I didn't even crack them open to read or anything. These aren't my reader copies. These are the ones I had planned on turning in to get slabbed. But you see how they came out. I'm still happy with the 9.4, but I think I was a little disappointed because I was expecting at least a 9.6 on those. And then the next one I got is, this one is Harley Quinn number 1. This is of her first series of her own title. Now, this one I actually bought at a convention. So, to be honest with you, a lot of hands handling this, and, up and down, and being packed up by the seller. So, it came out at 9.4. I'm actually happy with this, because when I actually looked at the book, it seemed like it was such in very good condition. So I don't want to spend the additional money to get it pressed, because, even if it did press to a 9.6, 9.8, it doesn't really matter. This is Harley Quinn, her first series, number 1. It's still within the high 9s, and I don't plan on selling this anyway, so I really don't need to see the need to try to press it out to try to get a return on it whatsoever. I'm keeping this in my collection, so I'm okay with a 9.4. All right, and then the next one is, this is Batman number 1. This is the Greg Capullo art cover for this, and I got a 9.6 for this one. So I am absolutely okay with this. Very happy with that condition. And actually, I think this was actually an eBay purchase, to be honest with you. So, surprisingly, when you do a lot of handoff, you're going to expect, not everything to be in near mint condition, right? Or mint condition, if you will. All right, so the next one I got, this one, right? You know what? Let me bring these down, because I'm starting to lose room on here. So, my apologies. And let me take that one down. And so this next one I got was actually a gift from Janice a while back. And she had actually bought me this. And I got this sent in because it's an absolutely beautiful Adam Hughes cover. I'm sorry, not Adam Hughes. It's an Alex Ross cover. Sometimes I get those two mixed up. It's an Alex Ross cover, and he did such an amazing job with that. And it came back in 9.6, so I'm happy with that. All right. And the next one I got slabbed is Ultimate Fallout number 4. And this is the Marko Drujevic. I think that's how you say his last name. Drujevic. Yeah, anyways, Marko Drujevic. This is the variant cover to this. And this is the most expensive one. And I think if you watch one of my latter videos when I actually bought this from an eBay seller, he sold me all 4 covers for almost a steal, if you ask me. So I'm absolutely okay with this. And this came back in 9.6. Very, very happy to have this. As I mentioned, if you're going to pay some money, anywhere, if you're going to play in the amounts of $20, $20 and on up, you know, it's not bad to make that investment if you plan on keeping those books preserved and keep that. That's my personal opinion about that, because if I'm going to spend my hard-earned money and a good chunk of change, you know, on a book, and as opposed to just not slabbing them, but just stick them in any poly bags or anything, I want to get them preserved, because it's all about, for me, it's all about being a collector and trying to preserve what you spent on your hard-earned monies, you know? All right, the next one I have, this actually came back a 9.8, so I'm very, very happy. This is Catwoman number 51. This is the Adam Hughes cover, and another sought-out after book. Oh, you know, this one's, you know, just, I'm always seeing up in price. If you guys don't know, this is the number off the Lost. You guys remember that TV show Lost? Those are the numbers on there. And as I mentioned, it's just a beautiful Adam Hughes cover, and I'm a big fan of Adam Hughes. I got a crap ton of his stuff, so very happy. All right, next one I got another 9.8. This was for Edge of Spiderverse, first appearance of Spider-Gwen and her origin story, and I got a 9.8 for that one, which you know, of course, I was very surprised with this one too, because I think I bought this at a convention, and with conventions you really got to kind of take a really good gander at the books, especially if you're going to spend a good chunk of change on them, because they're being touched constantly. They're going up and down, packed in and out, and they're shifting in the vehicle, the seller's vehicle. So, you know, I'm very happy it came in 9.8. So good to go. And the very last one I have, number 11 of what I got, is a Uncanny Avengers number 1. This is the J. Scott Campbell variant cover to this. And it is just an absolutely beautiful J. Scott Campbell cover. And of course, Nia Rufino did the covering as well. I mean, you see what I mean when those two work together? It's just amazing. So, I'm happy I got a 9.8 out of that. So I'm very thrilled. And those are the ones that I came back from PGX. Now, like as I mentioned, it's not a big deal that being that they're PGX. I think I got my bang for my money. And I recommend it for people who are, you know, just planning on getting their books preserved and plan on keeping it in the collection. I think that's a good route to go. Of course, I'll still use CBCS because, like for some of my Silver Age books or my key issues, or any of the books that are just, or even, I don't know, maybe Golden Age books or what have you, I will still use CBCS, or I might use CGC. It all depends. But when it comes to their quality of getting slabbed for modern books that aren't so, I guess, big key issues, and I probably won't sell, I'm okay with this. I'm okay. All right. Anyway, so let me show you guys something else. These books actually finally came in from eBay, and I could not show this with my last videos that I showed you of some of my small keys because they hadn't come in yet. But now that it came in, I wanted to show this with the last video, but didn't get an opportunity, so I'll do it right now. So this first one I got is Batman number 570. It's a Joker cover. Now, this Joker cover, this is actually the second appearance of Harley Quinn within the DC Universe. Not a very expensive book, but if you are a Harley Quinn, this is probably something that you might want to keep your eye out for, because you never know. First appearances and second appearances, you know how they just flip-flop when it comes to that. If people can't get the first appearance, they'll start buying up the second appearance. So keep your eyes out on that one. The next one I've got is a Catwoman number 89. Now, this is of the Catwoman's, I think it was either the first series or the second series. I can't remember. I want to say it's the first series because it's a very early Harley Quinn appearance. Now, being that it's an early Harley Quinn appearance, as you notice, she has the Jester outfit on, but inside the book, the way they draw the storyline, it's almost as if it came out of the Batman Adventures animation, if that makes any sense to you. So I picked that one up just being that it was an early Harley Quinn appearance. Now, the next one I have is New Mutants number 86. Now this one right here is the first cameo appearance of Cable, and I'll put that one right there. So, and you could still get this for dirt cheap. I think I paid less than $10 for this, guys, to be honest with you. You could probably still find this in the dollar bin or what have you. But it's a cameo appearance, and of course everybody's going for the New Mutants number 87. That's the one that's big in price, and it's just continued to just rise even higher, especially after the announcement of him being in the next Deadpool movie. So with that said, cameo appearances, second appearance, they're mainly getting overlooked a lot. I noticed that. But sometimes they flip-flop. You never know where they'll go. Sometimes they go from $1 bins to the $20 bins, But of course, to be honest with you guys, I wouldn't pay more than $10, $15 for this book, to be honest with you. It's a cameo appearance. It's not really a sought-after book, but it's a book I didn't have in my collection that kind of closes up some gaps that I have for the New Mutants. All right, and this is the last one. I'm going to dedicate this one to Big E's Comics. And also TiVo from Lords of the Long Box. You guys probably already know, man. I've already mentioned both of your names. And when's the last time I did that, right? I did that for Bondage. Right there. This is Wonder Woman number 219. It is an Elastic Man bondage cover. And as you got, I actually saw Big E's show this in one of his videos a while back. He actually had this, and I messaged him. I was like, hey, man, I actually have that one en route. So, it's a Wonder Woman bondage cover, and the little bubbles right there, she goes, well, what are you waiting for? I made myself helpless. Kill me. That's so terrible. But okay, anyways, guys, that is the rest of my haul that I have. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate that, guys. Thank you to all the subscribers out there. Thank you to everybody in the comic book community for what you guys done or do or did. I mean, it's just an amazing community, and I love it. Thank you so much. You guys take care of yourselves and be safe out there.